Hello, I'm here to talk about my favorite subject in the world, which is bonsai. I have with me today 3 bonsai trees. Each one of them tells a different story about how people used to live long time ago. It also talks about the kind of lifestyle that they had, the way they lived, the kind of work they did, how much patience they had, how much harmony they had with nature, with themselves, with other people around them. This first bonsai is a very old bonsai. It's probably more than 100 years old. This bonsai was collected from the wild many, many years ago. When I first saw this bonsai, I thought it's not something that can be created by human beings because this has been growing for more than 100 years, so it's almost impossible to replicate what kind of roots it has, how thick these roots are. The way that this bonsai bends, it's not something that can be created artificially. You cannot train a plant like this in a laboratory or with any kind of chemicals. This is something that has grown naturally. So when I look at this, I see all kinds of stories. There's a lot of peace in this. There's a lot of tranquility in this. When somebody made this bonsai, he must have been an artist. He must have seen this growing in the wild and said, I want to keep this style. And he must have repotted it in a pot like this and then started wiring it up. Bonsai is not just about pruning the branches. There's a lot more to it. One of the most important things is wiring. In order to wire, you need to know exactly how this branch will grow. So if you take a look at this branch right now, it's going straight up. But if you take a look at it from this angle, you can see that it's actually not going straight up. It's going towards the left. The person who did the wiring knew that this branch would grow in that direction. That's why they wired it. So if you look at this, there's no break. Everything is flowing. It's like the wind is blowing through these branches. The roots are growing. They're intertwining. The trunk is bending just the right amount. And it's all happening in perfect harmony. I think one of the reasons why I love bonsai is because it gives me a sense of where we came from. It reminds me that no matter how busy life gets, no matter how stressful life becomes, at some point in time, all of us go back to our roots. We need to calm down. We need to be patient. We need to find that inner strength that is within us. And when you look at this, you say, wow, somebody found that strength. They kept it alive for more than 100 years. They probably passed away a long time ago, but their work is still living. It lives on in this bonsai. The second bonsai is a Chinese elm. Most bonsai are Japanese, but this one's Chinese. People like to collect Chinese elm because they're very forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can prune off a branch and it will grow back. With other species, sometimes you make a mistake and they don't grow back. Also, this species can grow in cold weather and hot weather. So it's a very versatile tree. This particular bonsai is very interesting because if you look at it from the front, it looks like a very elegant lady. She's standing there, her hands are behind her back, and she's just looking out in the distance. But if you come to the back, this is what it looks like. It looks like a big fat mushroom. I think it's very interesting because in order to get this design, you have to prune a lot. You have to prune the lower branches and you have to prune the upper branches. It's a very delicate balance. I think the person who did this was very patient. This bonsai is only about 40 years old. That means that every 5 years, this bonsai has to be repotted and worked on. To create something like this, you have to be very disciplined, but you also have to be very artistic because you have to see this potential. You have to look at this bonsai and say, if I prune this branch will grow in this direction. If I prune this branch will grow in this direction. So you have to have that vision, and then you have to do the work. And the work is not easy because sometimes you make mistakes. But if you look at this overall, everything is in balance. There's nothing extra. Every branch has its place. Every leaf has its place, and there's a lot of peace in this. Now, this particular bonsai is called a literati style, Literati means scholars. Scholars like to sit down, read poetry, read books, and reflect on life. So this is a very meditative bonsai. When you look at it, it brings your mind together. It helps you focus on one thing. It minimizes all the distractions and it helps you find that inner voice. And this is what I love about bonsai. It's not just a tree. It's a tool that helps you connect to yourself. It helps you find that inner peace. It helps you become a better version of yourself. This last bonsai is one of my favorite bonsai. It's an Italian stone pine. What's so special about this bonsai? It's not the oldest, it's not the biggest, but I love this because of this. These are natural roots. When I see this, I think this bonsai must have been growing for a very long time before it was discovered. Who discovered it? I don't know. Maybe somebody was walking by and said, "Hey, this is such a beautiful tree. Let's keep this style." Then they probably repotted it in a smaller container, maybe something like this, and then started wiring it. If you look at this root right here, this root is going underneath the pot, and then it turns to the left and comes out like this. These roots are very young. This root was probably repotted last year. It's only 1 year old. You can see how this root has grown underneath the pot. You can see how all these roots are working together. And I think it's very interesting to observe the roots. Sometimes the roots tell you more about the bonsai than the branches do. If you look at this root right here, this root is bent just the right amount. You have a nice taper. You have all these roots working together. This is a very healthy bonsai. And when you look at the branches, you see that there's nothing extra. Every branch has its place. Every leaf has its place. And it tells a story. The story is not mine to tell. It's the story of the bonsai. It's a story that's been written for many, many years. All I have to do is look at this and appreciate the beauty of it. So next time you see a bonsai, don't just look at it as a tree. Look at it as a story. Look at it as a piece of art. Look at it as something that can inspire you to be a better version of yourself. Thank you for watching.